Hey Glam Fam, welcome back. Today is gonna be a review of the final episode of Ultimate Girls Trip. Okay, so it starts with the morning after that crazy night. Giselle is still worried about this bottle, but we do finally get a resolution. But before then, she decides to have this mock court session and she asks Pepsi to blow up a picture of this bottle and frame it. So they're on the bus ready to start their day. And, they take separate buses. Heather, Whitney, and Candace are in one bus. And Candace is telling Whitney that she's her favorite. Now, I know they just had a fun night. They just got high together and all of that. But I thought Leah was her favorite. And didn't Whitney say Candace was her least favorite? I just don't feel like Candace is the best when it comes to choosing her friendships. It's like when people tell her they don't like her, she kind of goes out of her way to change their mind instead of just like, okay, girl, if you don't like me, I don't like you. It's like she always wants acceptance. I feel like she has some sort of acceptance issues. And we see that on Potomac too. The way now I think she completely sees herself for who she is. But before that, like, she was always trying to stay in their good graces. And it was like, girl, they clearly don't like you. So they arrive to the restaurant and court is in session. Pepsi brings out this board and Giselle puts everybody on trial.
What? Giselle!
It pretty much got nowhere because no one had any evidence. It was just all he say, she say. And then she goes back to accusing Candace because Candace was the only one who didn't want her room checked. But while Candace and Giselle are going back and forth, Marisol interjects and tells Candace like she's gonna need a new eardrum because Candace is so loud.
We've been broke. Let me tell you what's broke is my eardrum, and you're gonna have to buy me a $5,000 hearing aid because I can't hear anymore because they keep sitting me next to you. Marisol. That's what's broke.
That was unnecessary. She didn't have to do that. I don't really like how the Miami girls were coming for Candace this episode because it kind of came out of nowhere, in my opinion. It just seemed like they was like just hopping on the bandwagon. So after Marisol said that, then Candace and Giselle went into the previous season of Potomac and how their friendship hasn't been the same since, Giselle made those accusations. Actually, what Candace says is the friendship is done at this point after she accused her of stealing the bottle. Now, I know, because I say this pretty much in every review, I understand that Candace did not see the sneaky link part. I get it. I guess I just don't really understand her friendship boundaries or her limits, because what you think would be like a boundary isn't, and what you think wouldn't be is. You're this mad that you're the suspect, but you wasn't mad throughout the season. Like, I don't know. And, Giselle had a valid reason to make her the #1 suspect, even though I never thought she took it. But at first she agreed to them searching her rooms. But then when it came time to search the rooms, she didn't want them to do it anymore. So, of course, you're going to be looked at funny when everyone else is cooperating except you. So then Marisol brings up some coffee that's been missing that she ain't never said, that she just bought up on the last day. No one's ever seen this coffee. They at least drunk the bottle. They saw the bottle. They remember partying with the bottle. They never saw this coffee. So then Alexia pretty much steps in and tells Marisol that, but I don't understand why she said she's acting like Candace. Like, why would you just randomly drag Candace into that?
You don't have it as evidence. We all saw it. We all drank it. Stop! Let me talk. Se te está pegando lo de Candace because why you screaming too? Okay, so calm down.
Also, don't understand why she said it in Spanish, because at the table, Candace had no idea she said that, clearly. But y'all was mad at Giselle when she told them not to speak in Spanish on the first episode. Her delivery maybe was wrong, but like I said then, I understood where she was coming from. Clearly, they were talking about Candace and they said it in another language so she wouldn't know what they were saying. So then they get back to the villa to get ready for the final dinner. Leah is going to join them. She's finally feeling better on the last day. She's been sick for the whole vacation and finally feeling good on the last day. The last dinner at that, not even the last whole day. Alexia is on a roll this episode. So she calls Whitney out for, smoking.
When they see you on television and you're, smoking weed, and you even shared that your daughter had found, you know, a paraphernalia or something where you had to have this conversation with her. How do you feel about that?
Because apparently when you have kids, you can't do that anymore. So the ladies call her out for being judgmental, and then Leah calls her out for being a hypocrite.
Judging?
Yeah, I felt judged.
No, I'm not even judging. What are my kids gonna think of me? What is the example I'm giving them?
I'm just surprised because you were married to a cartel member.
Most parents do something bad behind their kids' back, whether it's smoking, drinking, cursing, fighting, cheating. Like, you know, somebody's doing something. Nobody's perfect, you know. I'm sure Alexia's done something that would not be seen as a good example for her kids. I'm sure her kids have seen a bottle of alcohol around the house somewhere. What's the difference? They know it's not good for them. So, Whitney explains herself. She says that her kids are smart enough to know, what's for adults, it's for adults, and what's for them, it's for them. Then Marisol comes for Whitney.
Whitney, you have to excuse me, but if you had respect for your family, you would not be on a stripper pole on television.
These Miami girls were just killing the vibe this whole episode. I see why their scenes have been cut this whole season, because I think Candace said that. I think she alluded to that. Like, they were saying things, but their scenes were cut. And now I see why. After dinner, they have this festival, and Pepsi gathers the girls in twos to, based on the seasons that they're on, to say nice words. Everyone pretty much has nice words, Candace's was a little shady, but everybody kept it cute somewhat. So it's the last day. The ladies are packed, ready to go, and they leave. And before they leave, they give Pepsi a really nice gift. And you know what? If I ever vacation in Thailand, I am hunting Pepsi down. So the episode ends with Giselle still not letting this bottle go. She was not going to let it go until she figured out who did it. But she still didn't figure out until everybody figured out. But I see why she didn't let it go. She genuinely felt like somebody took it to be funny, and they did. And I thought that they drunk the bottle and that, they were just so drunk that they forgot, and Giselle was just making a big deal out of nothing. So that's why I was mad about it. I genuinely didn't think that anybody took it to be funny. But to find out that she was really right the first time, and Heather, well, she didn't say Whitney, she just thought Heather, but Heather and Whitney took the bottle and hid it in the outside shower.
Where did you find this?
I won't comment, but I want you to have it.
You are such a good friend.
They never checked the
They
outdoor
never check
shower.
the outdoor shower. They're so dumb. That's like stealing bottles 101.
We dragged Giselle for dragging this whole thing. She made it way bigger than what it needed to be, but honestly, she was right. I didn't know she was right. I genuinely thought that they finished it. It was just gone. It was thrown away. That's kind of crazy to me, because I was dragging Giselle for this bottle thing. But to know that they really did that and they were all in on it, and they kind of low-key gaslit her the entire time when she was right, I don't know. Kind of makes me look at the bottle situation a little differently. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it, though. But yeah, that was the end of the season. I genuinely enjoyed the season. I know they don't do a reunion, but I'm guessing they're going to do a Watch What Happens Live like they did with season 1. I don't know if they did it with season 2 because I ain't watched season 2. I guess that's like their reunion. I kind of enjoyed this season. I don't know that I had a favorite, but y'all let me know if y'all did in the comments down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.